All right. Good morning, Mr. Walker. So, with us, you were charged with failure to identify oneself. That's why you're charged here with us, failure to ID, right? You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. The reason that we're taking you into custody now is because you have 2 felony warrants, or it looks like you were on probation for a felony theft, and they filed, I guess, a motion to revoke because of that warrants issued. So that's why we have you in custody now. I can't let you go because then I would get in trouble. We're going to do probable cause in our case. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. Well, I don't want to talk about the case. You've got a lawyer. You know, you need to talk to him. Let him talk to me because I don't want you to say something that hurts you anymore. So let's just do probable cause because I don't know why. I don't even know why we're here.
My son, I'm saying about shame everything. It's no way to put on GPS.
Hold on. Let's do probable cause first because
GPS. It's not up to him. We're just talking about each thing.
I can't. There's nothing I can do on the felony case, man. I'm just a lowly misdemeanor.
In his defense, Judge, the felony motion is based on technical and in this failure to ID.
Really?
Yeah, I don't see anything.
Well, let's do it real quick and then we can talk and I can give you more info.
On March 21st, 2025, officers were dispatched to a family disturbance call for service at 2525 Holsworth Road in Spring, Harris County, Texas, which is an apartment complex. The officer began by identifying the defendant, who could not provide a valid driver's license. The defendant verbally identified himself as Adam Mitchell with a date of birth of December 23rd, 1987. The reportee then gave the officers his correct name, and the defendant then admitted to providing false information due to advising about a traffic warrant that he believed he had. The defendant then gave his correct name. The officers discovered an active warrant for the defendant out of Cook County, though there was no extradition.
So there was a warrant out of Cook County.
There was, but there was no
Cook
extradition.
County, Illinois?
Yeah, sure. I looked at the NCIC. All I saw on there that it could possibly maybe was some sort of like traffic offense.
Okay.
That's all the shame you stuff here.
Don't say
Not right. So he gives the name of Adam.
Adam Mitchell. And Judge, this isn't filed as a fugitive, just a straight felony ID.
Right. Well, because he wasn't. Well, maybe he was. I don't know. Regardless, so Mr. Walker, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause. Well, hold on. I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward in this failure to ID case. It looks
Just
like.
call the police.
I don't want to call the police. They never asked me my name.
I don't.
Like, I'm the person who called the police.
Was this? I thought it was a stop.
No, they
No.
were dispatched to a family disturbance at an apartment complex. The officer arrives, proceeds to try to identify both individuals, began by identifying the defendant, who could not provide a valid driver's license. The defendant then identified himself verbally as Adam Mitchell with the date of birth of December 23rd, 1987.
I mean, I get that you call the police, but nevertheless, I mean, we've got.
Then he told them the right info.
But you still gave the wrong info, and then they looked him up, and then they get, So, I mean, there's enough probable cause to go forward.
Why would I? That didn't happen. But why did if I call the police, why are they asking for my ID in the first place? They don't have the right to do that, sir.
They're going there for a disturbance.
Yeah,
They have to. Look. I can't get into all that stuff now. But they're going to investigate something that happened. There's a disturbance. They go there. Normally, what officers do is they have to look at everybody who's there to determine, hey, who is this? What's going on here? Does this person have any kind of issues? And so, regardless, the good news is that it looks like on your motion to revoke, the only thing is fees that I see in this case. Okay, I can't let you go at this time because this is a felony warrant. You're set at no bond now, but you'll get to felony court on Monday, and at that point, I mean, I'm sure that they'll do something. I'm not gonna,
That's crazy, man. I called the police.
I'm not gonna.
Couple fighting, and I just called the police. That's all I did, sir. I sent 2 couples fighting, and I called the police because there's a guy here in the one.
I can't give you legal advice.
She's writing everything down too that you're saying. Maybe later
Just
down the
don't
road,
say
you
anything
might
at
want to
this
say
point.
something different.
You can talk to Mr. Pons. I'm not putting any conditions on your bond. Just be careful, Mr. Walker. Okay, thanks.
So I'm here on Mr. Hunter. He had an issue, he bond forfeited, he's back for an arraignment today. I've spoken with the state. They've made an offer. We're asking for one setting for Mr. Hunter to consider that offer. And then the state is going to eval the case if not, and if reasonable minds still disagree.
Where is Miss? I don't even see Mr. Hunter.
He's in here. Mr. Hunter?
Is he
Yes, he bonded out.
sending him for a drug test right now?
Okay. And just,
I'm gonna tell you now that it's not gonna be this revolving door anymore.
right.
No more revolving doors for you, Mr. Hunter. You understand? If I find that you're using, it will not go well for you. You come to court whenever you want to come to court. That's not the way it works. I'm sending you now for a drug test. I guess we'll come back Monday and address the results because it's now 11 o'clock. I don't know.
Okay.
I just don't know if it's enough time.
Okay. And Mr. Hunter just informed me, he drug tested yesterday. So I don't know if we have those results yet.
The pretrial people,
Yeah,
the pretrial people that I'm auditing the drug test make money out
I don't
there.
know how because there was no order from us. If he's on the land and then he makes bond, those bond can be valid. You know what I mean? So we can't just. Shh.
Okay, so when he was released, there were bond conditions in place that he needs to report on Monday and Thursday for drug testing.
Okay.
And so he did that yesterday.
You test?
Yes, Judge. We needed, from the drug test that I see yesterday. Needed a consumption deposit for. So they approved the deposit for THC, then though I see it.
You will now test every Monday and Thursday. You test positive for anything else, it's not going to go well for you. You understand, Mr. Hunter? Now is the time for you, once again, to address any issues you may have. If you don't, I'm going to address it for you. Okay? So we'll let him go now,
Okay,
continue with the same bond conditions that we've always had,
okay,
and then he'll test again on Monday.
okay. And so we're, just to let you know where this case is heading, the state has asked for one setting to eval it, and then, if reasonable minds still disagree, then we're gonna, set it for a dispositive motion to suppress. With the court's permission.
I don't know. I'm just going to set up a trial.
Okay, we can do that too.
It's just way too much drama, man. I'm not going to, I'll just
Well, we'll have to see.
let a jury decide.
So you'll go do the,
So,
we'll stand down, judge.
yeah, just, okay. And we'll continue like always. He's going to be back Monday and
Okay.
test.
Let's go.
Thanks.
Just like we're not going to-